Argentina. This contestant's costume represents the sports that unites her country, football. It was inspired by the Argentinian football team that won its second World Cup in 1986 and pays tribute to Diego Maradona. Standing tall while kicking the ball, it's Argentina.
All right, up next we have Armenia. Oh. Maradona's still making his way down. Waving to the fans. And now we have Armenia.
Bolivia. This costume is called the Strength of the Andes. The blouse features more than 10,000 beads and sequins embroidered by hand. The hat was made with golden thread and 10-meter long handmade skirt is gold colors out of the reverence of the sun. Providing it's fun to revere the sun is Bolivia.
Josie, those are my exact dance moves.
I want that.
Coming up next, we have Brazil. This national costume was designed by the Brazilian stylist Michele X. The inspiration came from cotton production and the Brazilian textile industry as a whole. Brazil is the 5th leading producer of cotton in the world, so this Cotton Queen ensemble is made of the light and noble fabric. You'll never feel rotten when you're dressed like cotton, Brazil.
British Virgin Islands to Chile. The Pincoya is a goddess that personifies fertility, hence the abundance of fish on the beaches of the island of Chiloé in southern Chile. This costume's beautiful design features handmade feathers, seashells, a headdress, and glitter. Who doesn't wish for plenty of fish like Chile?
Up next, give it up for China.
Colombia. The goddess of Nequera represents the protective force and power of indigenous Colombian women. Whoever wears the suit carries them with legacy of an ancient culture where women are always the protagonists. Unless you're a fool, you know women rule. Colombia!
Here's a fun fact about Colombia. They're one of only 2 countries tied for the most national costume awards ever, with 6.
Wow.
The other being Thailand.
We know why.
All right, give it up for Costa Rica. The dress seen here is covered by 350 die-cut flowers in the form of an orchid, because the purple orchid is Costa Rica's national flower. The body of this particular costume is covered in hand-painted 3D flowers and crystals. It probably took hours to cut all these flowers for Costa Rica.
Up next, we have Croatia, Dominican Republic. This national costume by Axel Thomas is inspired by the famous sunflower, better known on her island as El Girasol. This flower is known in the Constanza Gardens in La Vega, Dominican Republic, and is one of the garden's greatest tourist attractions. The Girasol towers all over flowers for Dominican Republic.
Up next is Ecuador. This traditional attire was inspired by the Festival of the Sun, paying respect to the sun god and land goddess. Made using stamping, laser cutting, and 3D printing, all materials used in this costume came from her country. If you're looking for fun, go celebrate the sun like Ecuador.
Up next, El Salvador. This costume was inspired by El Salvador's national flower, Flor de Izote, and is a reminder to take care of nature. The flower has medicinal value and showcases the richness of El Salvador's people. The special flowers have medicinal powers. El Salvador.
Haiti. This costume here is inspired by two key elements. The national coat of arms, a symbol of dignity and sovereignty presented in the national flag, and the second is the Citadel, a mountaintop fortress located on the northern coast of Haiti. This queen really charms, dressed as a coat of arms, Haiti.
Up next, Honduras.
Here she comes.
Yes, queen. Hear her roar. This costume is called the Lunar Jaguar and represents the Mayans' darkness and light. The jaguar is not only a symbol of power, but of strength of life and fertility. This giant cat never falls flat. It's Honduras.
Give it up for Iceland.
Mexico. This hand-sewn costume represents a traditional Mexican crown that can be fabricated from cardboard, paper, or wood. As you see here, they are always made with vibrant, quaint, and striking colors. Something feels right about colors so bright. It's Mexico.
Okay, up next, we have
Nicaragua. This work is the living representation of the joy that is experienced every year when La Gritaria arrives. It's a popular festival that takes place every December 7th and celebrates the Virgin Mary's conception. Every girl and boy will experience this joy in Nicaragua. Panama. Behold this costume representing more than 500 years of legend, culture, and tradition. Panama is the place where the Americas converge, and the founding of Panama City in 1519 is the inspiration behind this design. Panama City is sure looking pretty. Thank you, Panama.
Paraguay. Jasmine is the national flower of Paraguay. Its simple and admired beauty inspired the design of this costume. More than 1,000 pieces of silver and crystals make it shine, and the red crown is the color of the top of the country's flag. The silver pieces are tiny, but it makes her real shiny. Paraguay.
Let's keep it going for Peru. Here we see a tribute to the Peru bicentennial that will be celebrated on July 28th. This costume was inspired by the Andean flamingo or Peruana. The bird's red and white colors are often associated with the Peruvian flag. It's not a drag to be a bird and a flag like Peru.
Okay, up next, Philippines.
Puerto Rico. This costume is inspired by iconic Puerto Rican astrologer Walter Mercado. The violet colors represent mystery. The gold constitutes creativity. The message is about love and acceptance of who we are regardless of our identity. No one's above, conditional love, just us, Puerto Rico.
Okay, let's hear it for Romania.
Spain. This costume is a fantasy based on the well-known painting Las Meninas by the Spanish painter Diego Velázquez. Painted in 1656, it shows the life of royalty in the Spanish Golden Age. The dress is made with embroidered tulle, lace, and crystals. No painter would refuse having her as his muse. Give it up for Spain.
Okay, I think we got some fans in the house of Thailand. Uruguay. This costume is called I Am and honors the LGBTQ plus community. It is inspired by a free young woman who decided to tell the world who she is, to be the light for those who have been oppressed. As you can see, she's real proud to be Uruguay.
Up next,
Venezuela. Behold the goddess of Ologa. In 2013, Venezuela entered the Guinness Book of World Records for having the most lightning bolts per square kilometer. This phenomenon occurs in Ologa, where you'll see lightning up to 300 nights per year. Everyone likes when her lightning strikes Venezuela.
ladies and gentlemen, let us keep it going for